Hey everyone, Ryan Arzi here with Foiling Magazine. We are here at AWSI 2023 and with Ride Engine and Gary Siskar, who is the brand director. There's some incredible stuff and I'm grateful to have been able to try all this gear already. So I'd love for a breakdown from Gary to hear what's up and what's new.
Yeah, Ryan, thanks man. Here we are in Hood River. I wish we were in the last place we were at together though, in Fiji. Next year we'll do it again. But hey, yeah, thank you very much. Ride Engine, we've been dedicated to foiling since day one. We love to foil. We love to wing foil. We love to tow foil. We love to kite foil. We're in deep in the foil side of things. So we make amazing products for that, all tested by us, all tested by our pro riders. So really proud of that. So, you're getting things that have been thoroughly run through the ringer. So we're making things that you can perform better on the water, enhance your experience, and let's talk about a few of them right now. So the first thing, this one's kind of interesting. It's more specific to wing foiling, but we are the first wind sport manufacturer to come out with a rechargeable pump. And we know pumping is a pain point, especially for the wings. The leading edges are really big, kind of takes you a long time. Some of them, you have to get to 10 PSI, 12 PSI, and just with a standard hand pump, even a sup pump, it can be pretty tough at times. So now we have an e-pump. The benefits of this one is you can get exact pressure. So if you need to get 10 PSI in your wing, you're going to get 10 PSI and you're going to squeak out all the performance of your wing. Because if it's at 6 PSI, you're losing performance. Automatic shutoff. So you just set it, hook it up, forget it. It'll shut off at the right pressure. What's really unique to us, we have a proprietary nozzle system that works with every single major brand of wing out there. So it doesn't matter if it's Slingshot, Duotone, Elevate, everything core, you're going to be able to fill up your wing, no questions asked. You're not going to have to fiddle with anything or modify nozzles to make it work. Comes in a nice shockproof case. This technology comes from inflatable sups. A lot of times that's next to your van, your car. That's a really nice environment. Sometimes when you're inflating a wing, you got to get down to the launch area. You might drop it and so forth. We put a shock case around there to protect the nylon plastic case. So that's really cool. You get out of one charge. A charge takes about 2 hours to get it to full charge. And you get about 6 to 8 wings out of the whole thing, depending on the size and so forth. So if they're tiny wings, you can get more than that. If you're filling up, 5, 6s, 6, 5, 7s, it'll get a little less. But
much better than using a compressor.
So we're pretty stoked on that.
We popped a few wings, not putting it at the right PSI and having that option to really set it and having that range of pressures that you could put it to seems like a really good addition.
Absolutely. And a lot of people are curious about the weight. Weight on this is 1.4 kgs, which is about exactly the same as a bigger hand pump. But when you look at it traveling around, putting it in your car, going on a trip, this is a lot smaller at the end of the day.
Yes, I have like a pump at home and it's nowhere near this size. So this is something I'm definitely going to try and get my hands on as soon as it comes out. And this is October, right?
Yep, you got it. These will be available in October.
And so on the wing topic, it looks like you have some.
Yeah, so let's go from on the beach to get you on the water to on the water. So we were, again, one of the first brands to come out with a harness for wing foiling. We all know that wing foiling, you don't necessarily need a harness, but using a harness can do a couple things for you. One, it can extend your session greatly because, you can hook in and take a lot of pressure off your arms. Two is you can point upwind a lot more efficiently when you have a harness on, as you can edge the wing more towards the front of the wind window and you can point and be more efficient going upwind. So if you're going upwind, you're going to a spot where you need to chase swell. If you're at a surf spot where you get super long rides, luckily I'm going to Peru next week. Can't wait. A harness is pretty key.
There you go.
When you're doing those reaches all the way back up to the top to get back to the top of the point a lot faster. So it's really nice. And the key with a wing foil harness, it's a lot different than a kite or a windsurf one. It doesn't have to be as robust because you don't have as much pressure.
Yeah,
exactly. So they're extremely lightweight. This one comes in just at about 425 grams. So it's really light. You get more support around your back to reduce the point loading overall. We have a sliding hook on the front called the Nug that you can lock off if you have to paddle for a while. Sometimes you have to paddle through the surf.
Right.
Sometimes the wind dies. You just got to paddle in general.
Movable is really nice,
So you're not laying on it on your board and so forth. Exactly. We have 2 D-rings in the back, so you can put a piece of Dyneema. Some people like to hook, for example, their leash on the back to their board. They don't like to do it to a leg so forth. So you could do that. And you can always hook a leash to your wing in the front too. So like you can go waist to the front.
And then, so this one's a little different material, right?
Yep, absolutely. So this is called the Vinaka Pro. So this was called the Vinaka. What does Vinaka mean?
Thank you.
In Fijian.
Fijian.
We love it.
Yeah.
So now we have the Vinaka Pro. And basically this comes into the same strategy as the ride engine harnesses for kiteboarding and windsurfing. So this is a completely soft harness, and this is our first stiffer semi-hard shell harness. So this has a PE board support in the back, so it's a little bit stiffer, disperses that pressure around your body a little bit more. So if you're really going on long reaches, if you're racing and you're really trying to hold a larger wing down, this is really nice.
Nice.
And then we incorporated some really interesting technology in this also. We use thermal-formed EVA rather than lycra laminated neoprene. And what that does is it doesn't absorb any water. So this also is just at about 400 grams for a size medium, and it stays pretty much 400 grams even when it's in the water because it's not absorbing any water whatsoever.
I'll take this one.
The other benefit is it dries out really quick.
Yeah.
So say you're getting that last session on your trip, you don't have to throw a soggy harness into your bag. So it's pretty cool.
And the next thing is the Sky.
Absolutely. So we make impact vests. Protection is really important, we feel, especially in hydrofoiling. I think it's almost like standard equipment now where people are using, an impact vest at least, if not even a helmet also.
Can I see that real quick?
Absolutely. So we started to make impact vests specifically for wing foiling. So the first one we have here is called the Skyhook hydrofoil vest. And as you can see on this, it has a little bit of flotation and impact protection. So it's not really bulky, like it's just a little bit confidence inspiring to keep you kind of floating in the water. But it's not made for flotation. Right. It's really made if you scissor over, hit your board, scissor over, hit your foil. It gives you that protection all around your back and on your torso and up into your chest so you're not going to get poked or hit that hard rail. The other thing we incorporated was the sliding hook into here so you can obviously use this with a harness line. You could take the hook off also if you don't want to use a harness line, then you have this nice stabilization belt overall.
Awesome. And then so you guys also have the Defender vest?
We do. So the Defender was the first one that we came out with specific to hydrofoiling. And this is a vest that crosses all platforms, all genres of hydrofoiling. So the way we designed it in terms of how we did the pattern layout of the impact protection is it works great for prone. So a lot of gals are starting to use impact vests for prone foiling. Yeah. So it's really easy to paddle on. You're not going to have any padding that's kind of poking you around. And then we also put in key areas underneath the impact protection, some hard shell protection. So areas that you'd scissor over and hit the rail, or you might be more exposed to hitting your stab or your front wing. Yeah, we have hard shell protection underneath it. So it's going to protect you a little bit more overall. So really nice. And this also comes in high visibility orange. So the downwind thing is starting to get more and more popular. Exactly. It's pretty badass. And it's really important, I think, to have something high vis when you're doing downwind. We're here in Hood. You got to deal with barges and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. Trust me, you want the barge dude that has like 200-300 whatever foot barges.
Yeah, you want them to see.
You want them to see us. So we do it in a high visibility orange, or if you're way out in the ocean too, right? I think you've had some experiences like that.
I have, yes.
And then we also make it in a women's cut also.
Oh, there you go.
So that's the Defender for women's.
Awesome. Well, I'll wear this one anyways.
Yeah, you will. I bet you look good in it.
Well, thanks, Gary. I really appreciate your time, and it's exciting to see these products and always beautiful color schemes.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Ryan.
All right.
Sweet.
Thanks.